Interface Day. Oh my god. Oh my god. It actually sounds good. This sounds better than it's ever sounded, and I owe it all to the Euphoria UMC 22 interface. It's yeah, this is fucking brilliant actually. The other interface is quite quiet, but I mean for you, Admiral Sexy Voice, it's going to be absolutely fine.
No, well, I'm gonna for the next video, I'll be standing up while recording it. So
and project just
because what Nate said, and I'm recording by the way. What my coworker Nate said, he almost put it like it's like you're being held hostage to make the video. I was like, yeah, that's kind of accurate.
That's so like because Chris has been watching your content as well, and he said the same thing. He's like, why the fuck is he talking so quietly? I was like, because he's got neighbors up above and below, and he doesn't want to disturb anybody. And he's like, oh, fuck them. And I was like, I know, but Louis is way too polite for like a fuck you attitude to this kind of thing. So
no, it's not that I don't want to disturb them. It's that I don't want them to hear what I'm doing, you know?
Well,
even though with the
like
podcast that I recorded. No, I'm not ashamed of it. I just get socially anxious about it.
You're doing the same thing right now. Like me and you are having a conversation.
Yeah, but
they're only hearing one side of it.
Yeah, but this is just a general conversation. This is like I'm talking about me reading a script over and over again, talking to a camera by myself.
Yeah, I suppose, but
you know that's why I could do it in the pool house.
Yeah, because there's no one around.
Yeah. So I want to try and record it. I'm gonna finish the script after the gym, and then I want to record it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because I need to get it out by Friday.
Yeah, it makes sense. So, I almost finished the future video, and that should be out by Friday as well. Thumbnails all done and stuff. I just need to get it uploaded and scheduled.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I'm
ladies
sitting
and
at
gentlemen.
164.
164 subs.
Yeah.
Nice, man. Killing it.
It'd be mad appreciative if you could shout your boy out.
Bro, absolutely. So. Yes, absolutely. Okay, so... Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Oosh Brothers podcast. What you just heard was the preamble, the build-up, the pregame, if you will. If all of you that were listening could go through and subscribe to Louis, also subscribe to BB Malloy while you're over on the old YT. If you're listening to this on YouTube, or if you're listening to this on Spotify, BB Malloy and Louis Lounge, just go over and hit sub. It's honestly, it's so appreciated. It's not even funny. Like, I gain followers on TikTok all the time and Instagram all the time, and those numbers, it's cool to grow those numbers, but short form content is kind of a cheat code. If you can actually gain a following on YouTube, it means something. It means something really, really deep down inside. So go through and hit subscribe on that. I would really appreciate it. I know Louis would as well. But we are at episode, I think, number 21. Last couple of weeks have been a bit hazy, but we're back on schedule. So today is, well, not schedule as such. Today is Tuesday, and I am still hoping to have this out by tomorrow morning because Curtis needs his Wednesday fix. Hi, Curtis. And so basically, yeah, it's coming down to the crunch. But we will be getting into that soon. There's some weird stuff to talk about on today's episode. But before we get started, Louis, how you doing, man?
Oh, good, dude. A bit tired. It's just been doing stuff. Just chilling out. Really just, trying to get all this content out the door. New video out by Friday. Well, on Friday, I should say. It's just, I can't be asked getting up at 7 a.m. again, but I have to, so that's just how it goes.
It's the long, hard grind, man. Like, we talked about it last week as well. I had a bit of a recap of last week's episode before we jumped into this one, and pretty common theme that I see coming out of both of us is that, like, the trudge towards being a full-time content creator is fucking long and fucking arduous, but I feel like if we ever do achieve it, sorry, let me rephrase that, when we do achieve it, it's going to feel so good. Like, this hard work is going to pay off eventually. Something's definitely going to come of this. We just need to keep chipping away. So, on my end...
I've gone through I've customized my YouTube page to make it look a bit more presentable.
Nice.
I'm slowly redoing my thumbnails, but I have to do them on my phone because my MacBook and my PC can't handle the current version of Photoshop. What else? I'm even doing my own podcast.
Yes.
Which I'm going to structure it, I think, a little bit better. But there'll be a new one out every Sunday, because I just need something to talk about on my own.
In terms of just so what are you going through on this new podcast? Like, what are you talking about?
I think, in all honesty, it's more or less just like it's almost like a therapy session where I just need to talk, and just get shit out there.
Yeah.
Like, I'll talk about I don't know. I don't really think there's a schedule or a method to the madness. I think I just need to talk for an hour on my own to a camera.
Just yarns on.
About anything and everything, really. Yeah, it's pretty much just yarning.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
there's
no formula to it. It's just me talking shit.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's pretty much what we do here. So on my end, there is 34 days until we hit the Europe and the UK. Bit of a kerfuff. So when you and I have spoken about this already this week, I may have jumped the gun a little bit. Went online, saw that there was a mismatch between the kickoff for AC Milan and our flights getting into Bologna, plus the trains, yada yada yada. Had a bit of a freak out, booked accommodations in Bologna instead, and booked a train from Bologna to Florence. So currently out of pocket, only around $120, because I can rebook the Bologna accommodations. Come to find out that after looking at Google and ESPN and the Serie A website, that all say the kickoff is 1 p.m., which we would 100% miss. They haven't actually released the dates or the times. The time for that particular game against Fiorentina. And after going through 31 weeks individually of Serie A games, AC Milan has never kicked off before 5 p.m. in the history of this, basically the whole competition. They just do not do mid-afternoon games. They do late afternoon and evening games. And that's just always been the case. So yeah. I jumped the gun. I'm out of pocket $120 for the fucking stupid train ride. But it wasn't $120. It ended up being $90. But I would rather take a $90 bath than have forked out $450+ for us to go to the Bologna versus Napoli game, and then find out that the AC Milan game had actually been on schedule, which was just the hugest fucking pain in the ass. But on the plus side, it is only $90. That's the kind of stance that I'm taking on it. They release the schedule 3 to 4 weeks in advance, so we should know by early next week what time the AC Milan game is, and I'm quietly confident that it's going to be at least 5 p.m. If it is 5 p.m., that's ideal. It means we'll get into the city at 2 p.m., get to our comms, drop our shit off, and then make our way to the San Siro, and we'll have lots of time to spare. And then the next day we can spend the whole day in Milan. We might even go back to the San Siro, do a bit of a stadium tour or something along those lines. But yeah, so there's that. That was probably the biggest takeaway from this week, was my little panic that I had. Trying to get this sorted, but it is now sorted, for the most part. Outside of that, video out on Friday about how old people thought the future was going to be back in the day. I found this really cool old book called the Usborne Book of the Future. I think I spoke about it briefly last week. But I've made the video on it now. It's 11 minutes long. It's my longest video so far. It's got great edits in it. It's got some fantastic comedy in it. I'm really, really happy with my writing for this one. And yeah, just honestly, I'm just really looking forward to this video. So it's I'm stoked. It's going to be a good video. Anyway, so there's two things in the realm of social media that I wanted to bring up this week. The first thing, I was trawling through some Google search results trying to boost my SEO, trying to see where I'm at in terms of when people search me, what comes up, yada, 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 so I can see where my SEO is at, so I can find different ways to boost it so that people are more directed to my channels and the website, whatever. Come to find out that I Googled BB Malloy and, put a bunch of keywords in between and all that kind of stuff to try and drum up SEO and see where it was at. Came across this website, and I don't remember the exact name of the website, but I think it's called sounddatabase.something, right? .org. Whatever. And what it is a website where you can type in a person and have that person, like as an AI voice, read whatever you've written down. Someone has gone to the trouble of stripping all of my TikTok videos from TikTok, putting them into this AI engine, and you can use AI to make a BB Malloy paragraph or whatever. You can make me say stuff, and I obviously didn't fucking sign off on this. Not only that, I'm not hugely okay with it. It's not wildly accurate, but it's enough to if you're listening to it, if you're only half listening to it, it 100% sounds like me. And I'm sitting there typing shit in peace and have a good day, or today we're connecting to such and such, because it's the usual shit that I would say. It is dead on. It is so close to me being me, and it's just wild. So that was the first thing. I don't know where to go from there. I could probably email them and have them remove it or whatever, but it's realistically it's not worth the drama. I don't think the AI is powerful enough for it to make me say anything that could be a problem. Plus, I'm nowhere near as famous as these people are clearly giving me credit for, which is kind of cool actually. It's kind of flattering, but in the same respect, it's Jesus fucking Christ, it's a bit creepy. Second thing, and this is another social media thing, and brace yourself for this, Louis and listeners. Earlier today, I broke up with the Manshake. It's over.
Oh, really?
It's over between us. Yeah. Basically, it's been 2 weeks since they last emailed me, and the reason why they haven't emailed me is because I sent them an ultimatum basically saying, hey, look, if we are going to work together in future, I need to up my price ever so slightly, so the videos would go up by $50 each, which they agreed to, and then the Europe videos were going to cost a little bit more. And then I said, hey, I outlined exactly what I wanted. I want a new contract. And in my new contract, I want you to stipulate that there is going to be prepayment, because you guys mucked me around on several occasions, which we outlined on the podcast several times. You guys mucked me around on several occasions when it came to paying the invoice, and I received late payment. Out of the 4 contracts I had with the Manshake, I received late payment 3 times. The only time they were on time is the second contract, and it's only because I followed Charlotte up every single day. So, came to what is supposed to be the 5th contract, and then leading to April, which would have been the Europe contract or the 6th contract. And I said, basically, I'm not doing anything without prepayment. And so I followed her up and followed her up and followed her up, and it's been 2 weeks. I got an email today saying, hi, we are going to put a pause on the regular videos because at the moment, we're just going through some stuff or whatever. She basically tried to blow me off, as in we'll just let you know when we can work with you again. And I just said I whipped my whole dick out, bro, and was just like, look, I'll be completely honest with you. I think we should professionally leave it there. Having to go back and forth with you all the time about approvals and having to chase you up about invoices is not a good look. I've got stuff to do in my life. I don't really need to be chasing you guys up for money that I'm owed. Basically, your communication level is just not worth it in the long run, and the money is not worth it either. So I appreciate the work you've put through. I appreciate the time we've spent together over the last, because it has been 5 months since we started working together. And I've made a fair chunk of change out of them, but they're just useless when it comes to communication, and they're useless when it comes to payment. So I'm just done. And I, said, look, wish you all the best, all that kind of shit. And I sent the email. So live and in person on this podcast, I can tell you the secrets of the Man Shake. Not only can I tell you the secrets of the Man Shake, I can tell you that they paid like absolute dog shit, ladies and gentlemen. Dog shit. So, $150 per video, which to the layman sounds amazing, right? Hooked up with Frank Management. Nice. Yeah, it would be nice, realistically. But hooked up with this company called Frank Management, had a meeting with the chick who runs the creator side of it. She said, who are you currently working with? I said, I'm currently working with the Man Shake. She said, how much do you get per video? I said, $150. And she said, are you serious? And I said, yes. And she said, that is disgusting. And I was like, oh, really? She's like, yeah. Our lowest level creators are still making between $2,000 to $3,000 per video because that is what your engagement is worth to them. Products don't get high engagement because no one wants to be sold things. If there is an influencer that people trust, they are more likely to put stock into what you've said and buy the product. So your engagement, their engagement with you is what the companies are looking for. Your time is worth that sort of money. And I was like, oh, okay, well, that's cool. That's a fresh perspective. So I basically said to the Man Shake, look, I've had this meeting. I understand that this sort of shit is worth a lot more than than I've got credit for. I'm not looking to bump up the price very much. I want to go from $150 to $200 per video, and I also want the Europe videos a minimum of 5, and I want them to be at $250. So I'm not being greedy. I'm not trying to like pull anyone out of pocket or be a dickhead. I could have said, $2,000 per video and just been a fucking wanker about it, but I chose not to do that. I chose to be, as good a person as a fucking TikTok creator can be, but like basically went back to them and said, hey, look, these are my demands. And essentially I want prepayment because, I've been fucking dicked around this much. I just don't want to fucking deal with the back and forth anymore. So I want prepayment, and I want the prices changed. No one gets in touch for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they're taking a break. So like it stands to reason that not only are they lying, they're also underpaying. They're also skimping out when it comes to actually fucking paying on time and all that kind of shit as well. Their product gave me diarrhea, bro, on a constant basis. I could not drink a mouthful of the shit without shitting through a fucking tennis racket. I don't know what's in it. It works for some people. It's got dietary fiber in it, whatever. It tastes like vomit. It has the texture of vomit. The flavor is actually great, but if they could figure out a way to make it less soupy, I'm sure it would be an incredible thing. But yeah, like outside of the Man Bar, which I actually did enjoy, the Man Shake just gave me the shits. The fucking screaming shits. Yeah. Like burning poo hole shits.
Well, I mean, the whole time you had it, I never got a free sample, so
you can fucking have them.
I guess I'm.
No, I'm serious. Like when I bring over this fucking when I bring over this interface at some point in the coming weeks, I'm bringing over that box of Man Shakes. You can have them. There's fucking 25 in there of all different flavors. I'll bring you your own shaker. It's brand new. I'm gonna hook you up, bro, in a big way. I'm gonna give you $150 worth of product, absolutely free. Okay.
Sweet.
For a limited time only.
I'll let you know it works.
Yeah, definitely do that. It's a meals replacement shake, but you do have to have nutrients as well. Like you can't do one meal a day and just have a Man Shake. That's not how it works, because otherwise you will make yourself sick. Like you do have to have sustenance in some capacity, or you will get sick. So like replace lunch with a Man Shake and then have dinner with the missus later on or something. It says you can replace up to 2 meals with the Man Shake, but it's not recommended that you replace all meals with the Man Shake, because this is just you can't just survive on a liquid diet, especially with this shit.
No, I mean, I was just gonna have my usual lunch and then have the Man Shake.
Oh, do that, yeah. So like have your usual lunch, and then have Man Shake for dinner.
And does it work can I use it as a pre/post workout beverage?
No. Because it's a meal replacement. Okay. Like pre-worky is 100% different. So this is like a meal replacement shake. And look, it's got all the vitamins and nutrients and fiber and all that kind of shit that you need, and it's it is relatively healthy for you. There is just something in it that makes my guts turn to fucking liquid. I'm assuming it's something to do with the
Right.
lactose or, whatever powdered milk they've got in there is clearly not sitting well with me. I get that. Shit happens, literally. So that's kind of where I'm at with it. But yeah, fuck the Manshake, man. Like, I will not work with them clowns again. I just can't be asked. Like, the pay was shit, the communication was shit, they never paid on time, the fucking product gave me the shits. All in all, $750 per contract, 4 contracts, what is that, $3,000? And out of those 4 contracts, they got 40 videos out of me, and I got $3,000. 40 videos. That's extortion, bro.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's my preamble and post-amble, my ramble about the Manshake. AI stealing my voice, Manshake and I breaking up. It's been real. She had a fat ass, and I tapped that. I tapped that for at least $3,000 worth,
Nice, dude.
plus some product.
Nice.
Yeah, so it is what it is. I'm not too worried. Oh, the fucking N1 Bets lady as well. If you somehow learn English in the next 2 to 3 months and you find out that I'm on the Oosh Brothers podcast, fuck you heaps, you silly bitch. Right? So, right at the start. Okay, Louis just rolled his eyes in a big way. But I'm just gonna keep this
No,
short.
because I was waiting. I was waiting for this.
Right. So.
I was waiting for this part anyway.
Yeah, so the N1 Bets chick, right? Fucking, again, terrible communication. She put me on right at the start. She's like, let's get a Facebook story, an Instagram story, and a YouTube integration out of you, and we'll give you $1,000 US. I was like, bro, that is fucking baller. I'm getting 1,700 smackadackaroons. That fucking rips. And I'm like, yep, sweet. I made it straight off the bat. She fucking sent me the money, and it was shady as fuck. And after reading into it, they are laundering a lot of their money, which is why my payment came in 2 or 3 portions from various Eastern European PayPals under the guise of gift, quote unquote gift. And so after all that, they paid me the money. They paid me exactly what they asked. What they told me they would pay me. And I said to her, hey, look. At the moment, my engagement is really, really shit on Instagram and Facebook because I'm trying out a new series and the series really isn't working. This is obviously the fucking This Day in Pop Culture History. It just wasn't working. It wasn't hitting the same way that the 6 Degrees of Separation videos were. Shit happens, you try shit, and sometimes it doesn't work. So we do the Instagram and Facebook story, we do the YouTube integration, and after the campaign is finished, I only managed to convert 2 customers. Those 2 customers were me and Dean. So I converted 0 customers. Like, I logged in and chucked a cheeky 30 in to make it, like, pump up the numbers or whatever, and obviously the MIDI did the same. But across something like 100,000 followers, only 2 people signed up for accounts with N1 Bets. Both of them live in my house. So there was that option too. So she came back and she was like, oh yeah, so, I mean, sorry, before this even kicked off, I said to her, if this doesn't work out, can we do it again? But this time we will institute TikTok. She's like, why would we do that? And I was like, because I have 330,000 followers on TikTok. That's the whole reason why I have the amount of followers that I have over here. She's like, oh, you should have said it would have been a different price. And I was like, oh, well, okay. Next time, should we institute TikTok? She was like, yep, sweet as. So this campaign happens. I get 2 conversions because my engagement is so fucking shit. It's like 0.04% engagement at this point. It's really bad. Get 2 conversions. Yeah. And I went back to her and said, hey, look, it's it's obviously this isn't working as well as it probably should. Let's hold on. Is our meeting supposed to go?
Yeah, we've got. Hang on, I think we've got maybe 8 minutes.
Oh, yeah, sweet. Okay.
About 9 minutes.
Right. Good to go. Right. So, I said to her, so next time we can do this, with TikTok. She said, yes, absolutely. We did this, 2 conversions. I go back to her a bunch of fucking times, and she leaves me on scene through Instagram. None of this is done professionally. There's no contracts. There's no, there's no set in stone payments or whatever. They chew up creators and they spit them out. It's clearly it's a pretty fucking shady operation, but I was there for the bag, right? As far as I was concerned,
Yeah.
after chatting to, other people in the space that have used this, company before to make some money, they were like, dude, with your level of followers, you should be making like 5 figures out of these people, because that's I'm making this much and I've only got this many followers. You've got that many followers. You should be making this much. And I was like, yo, okay, so after I've done the Facebook and Instagram thing, I'm going to flex and I'm going to do the TikTok one, and it's going to make me some bag, right? And so I'm messaging this bitch, and I'm messaging and messaging and messaging. Still nothing. Getting left on scene, left, right, and center. So I was like, you know what? She's not the only person who works with affiliates. She's not the only person that works with influencers. So I went into who she follows and was just like, okay, well, this person has the same handle. I'm going to message this bitch. Sure enough, another Eastern European chick. And I messaged her on Telegram, and I said, hey, what's up? My name is BB Malloy. I've got X amount of followers. I was working with Hannah, but she stopped messaging me back. I want to work with you guys again. What is the protocol here? Like, who can I speak to? They went to Hannah, and then Hannah came back and said, why are you messaging my coworkers? And I was like, so you are messaging people back. That's great. The reason why I messaged your coworkers is because I wasn't getting any response from you, and I'm pretty keen to start this new contract that we talked about and bring in a TikTok video. She's like, okay, what's your price? And I was like, okay, for a TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram story, plus a YouTube integration, you paid me $1,000 for all of that other shit. My TikTok performs 3 times to 4 times better than Facebook and Instagram. I'm going to chuck it all in together for you for $3,500 US. And she said, nope, too expensive, can't do it. I was like, okay, fair shout. We can negotiate here. All good. I'm going to drop $1,000 off, and I'm still going to do TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, $2,500 US. No. Okay. Let me put the question to you then. How much would you be willing to offer me? And she's like, for TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, I'm willing to offer you $400 US. And I was like, no.
Oh.
No. Like, there's no fucking way. Like, you paid me $1,000 for Facebook and Instagram when my engagement was down. You knew my engagement was down because I fucking told you it was. And then all of a sudden, I'm not worth your fucking time? Like, you know that my conversion rate would be higher on TikTok, but because you look like an asshole to your boss now, I'm the one that has to fucking cop it. So, fuck N1Bets in their fucking face, bro. I'm fucking sick of this shit. It's all the same. Creators get treated like absolute garbage, my guy. Like, there is no proper... Like, Frank Management haven't gotten back to me either. After that initial meeting with that chick, and she messages me every so often and goes, oh, we'll get those onboarding papers out to you soon. Yeah, we'll get you on board with us. We'll get you up to Auckland to get some headshots. It's been a month. I haven't heard from the bitch once. We get chewed up and spit the fuck out, and people go, oh, the creator economy is great. YouTubers are buying Lamborghinis. TikTokers are living in mansions together, fucking doing dances for money and shit. You guys must be loaded. I'm fucking broke as shit, bro. I'm terrified. I got 34 days until I go to Europe. You're broke. I'm broke. And what the fuck? Like, what are we going to do? You know what I mean? And this was supposed to be the bag that was going to help us out. And I've been diddled. On 3 separate fronts, I've been diddled like a fucking French prostitute, bro. Like, it's getting to a point where it's like, I'm gonna have to sell Booty Hole online. I'm gonna have to start OnlyFans, and the only 2 people that are gonna subscribe are Jonathan and Curtis. Okay? And if you're still listening at this point, Curtis.
And Dean.
Oh, no, of course she gets to see B Hole for free. Not that she would want to see my booty hole for any reason, but like, she gets all this fair. Lushness for free, dude. She wouldn't pay for it. But yeah, so basically the creator economy is not as great as it once was. And it's a sinking ship, basically. Unless you are making money from ads, which, Facebook, I do make, once a month I'll probably get like 120 US out of Facebook, so 250. So an extra 250 a month. Not bad. And that's just passive from making videos and shit. When we eventually get the creator fund, it'll probably be the same. I reckon if I start getting monetized on one of these platforms for actually making content, I could probably comfortably make, a good couple of grand extra, per month, to help it supplement my income. But until that happens, I'm relying on these brand deals and getting fucking deep dicked by like everyone I fucking come across. Got Frank Management in one ear, like, yeah, we can get you a deal with JBL, $5,000. They send you some headphones. All you got to do is chuck up a story. Fuck yeah, that sounds way too good to be true. Do you know why it sounds too good to be true? Because it fucking is. Like, N1 Bets, you should be making 5 figures out of them bitches. Oh, okay, cool. I get the one affiliate manager who's so far up her own ass, she's basically inside out. What the fuck? And then Charlene from the Manshake fucking dicking me around when it comes to payment and fucking all sorts of shit. So, fuck me.
So Frank Management, are they reputable?
Yeah. The guy who owns it is one of the DJs from Hauraki, and has been in the industry for like fucking 30 years or whatever. The chick that I was dealing with directly has apparently been in the influencer marketing space since YouTube began, and has been trying to get deals for lots of people. They used to have that chick, who was the makeup chick, the Kiwi one that had there was one of the first Kiwis to get 1 million followers.
Shankso.
Yeah.
Or Shan XO. Shankso.
Yeah. So she
I'm going to say Shankso.
She was represented by Frank. Chances are she might still be. But, Sade, Lewis Davis from Lewis and Kiwa, fucking Jimmy Jackson for a short time, I think. Uncle Tix, I think, is still represented by them. I could be wrong. But these people are getting deals after deals after deals, and I'm getting, nothing. She'll message me every so often and be like, hey, sorry, we're just landing a deal for this client or whatever. We'll get those onboarding papers out to you soon. It never happens. Never see them. I'm out here, and my content is great, and my engagement is fantastic. But no one wants to work with me. This is, and I've seen conversions. I've witnessed it happen. HelloFresh got a fucking shitload of conversions out of me, and they paid fuck all. Oh my god.
Well, at least you get chances at sponsorships. I'm not at a level where I can even get there yet. So
yeah, but it's it's the old adage, bro. It's more money, more problems, right? Like it's in your position, you would take $150 for a video because it's $150 more than you had before. But then you get to a certain point where
100%.
Yeah, no, and that's completely understandable. But then you get to a point where it's like, oh, okay, well, all of these other people, like my peers, are all getting thousands and thousands of dollars. Why am I not getting thousands and thousands of dollars? Like, why should I be putting all this work in for $150? And that $150 isn't going to get paid to me until the 20th of next month. What the fuck's the point? I could make that money playing music or, something the fuck else. I could re-release an old viral video that'll pop off again on Facebook, and then people will start making money.
All right, so we have less than a minute. Let's end this one, and then we'll jump right back into it.
Oh, shout out Free Zoom.
So yes, we'll see you guys after this short commercial ad break.
Diddles. Oosh. Oosh. Oosh.
Oosh. Well, I hope you enjoyed the Ryan rant sesh. Hopefully it was to your liking this week. I know we get one every week, but it's become a series. That's enough about sponsorships, I think.
I think so too, actually. Yeah, my blood pressure is up, bro.
So what else happened this past week? If you're all caught up on the news like myself, there was a video, an AI-generated video of Donald Trump sucking Elon Musk's toe.
Yeah, I
That's
saw
been making
that.
the rounds.
Oh.
That I believe it also, there was a US governmental building that was hacked and the video was playing.
Yeah, man.
I think it was the Department of Housing or something.
Yeah.
That the video was playing at. So
Oh, that's so good.
huge win.
Yeah.
Huge win for AI in my opinion because it's pretty accurate. He's also Donald Trump is also saying that Ukraine were the instigators in the Russia-Ukraine war, which is insane.
Okay.
But I think what it is he's poor, right? He has no money. He's been bankrupt 6 times.
Yeah.
There's no way he has any money left. So he's surrounding himself with these uber rich people and basically getting on his knees so he can tell the world what they think. Like letting Elon Musk stand in the Oval Office and give a speech he looks like a special needs kid that gets to, a day to spend with their parents.
Like a
at their
Make-A-Wish
job.
kid. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. I think he's just surrounding himself with these people because he has no money and he needs it. And he's also noshing back Putin's wang, to try and help out Russia, who's very obviously in the wrong in this warfare, and they have been in the wrong, especially Putin, because as soon as he got into power, he took away free elections, something that Trump was saying Ukraine has never done, even though Zelensky was actually fairly elected in 2019, and they have their elections every 5 years, but they can't have their elections this year because the country is in a state of martial law, and you can't have elections during that time. So, once again, the world's dumbest people are making the world's biggest decisions. That kind of annoyed me a little bit because it's like there's a clip in a Family Guy episode where they all get their tax refunds and they all buy stuff. So Cleveland buys a trampoline, Joe buys a high-def TV to watch the Steven Seagal movies, and Quagmire gets a plug-in blow-up doll. And there's a part where Peter just starts going off on a tangent, and then Brian says, "Do you hear yourself talk?" And then Peter says, "I drift in and out." And I have a feeling that's exactly what happens to Donald Trump.
Yeah.
He drifts in and out when he talks. He doesn't actually have a coherent way of getting a point across. Good episode, though. Good episode. But yeah, so, that's happening. I figured out the best way to describe David Seymour's face.
Oh, yeah.
When he smiles. So the way I see it, he looks like his smile reminds me of a guy that's just farted and he's waiting for you to smell it because it's like one of those real silent, gross ones.
Yeah, bro. He's just
bad
enough
He's the guy that'll sit like, yeah, he's sitting in the corner away. He's farted and he's just sitting there staring at you, waiting for you to smell it. That's how I imagine he smiles.
Does anyone smell gas? Oh my god.
Yeah. So, I mentioned that in my own podcast, in the OHEC podcast.
Yeah.
Of the listeners, all 2 of them want to check it out.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, so
I actually
that shit happened.
in the past week or so that we've sort of been on and off with this podcast, I have thought about potentially bringing in a segment, and this is something we used to do when you and I hosted the BB Malloy show through Arrow FM. Big RIP. So the segment that I wanted to bring in, and this is inspired by yourself, is that each week we have a segment called Mad Unforge. And the Mad Unforge section of this podcast will be things that have happened that are just Mad Unforge. For those of you who are not enlightened,
right.
Mad Unforge is shorthand for Mad Unfortunate. Which
It's actually shorthand for incredibly unfortunate because we needed a way to shorten the words.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk like I'm at a keynote here. In the year 2025, words are becoming too long. Sentences and speeches are just becoming incredibly lengthy. That's what she said. So I devised a way to shorten those words into a much more digestible format. And then obviously on the stage behind me, there's a big curtain that falls and it just says Mad Unforge.
Yeah.
Or Mad Appreciate. Or totes emotion, which is like unbelievably emotional kind of shit. But yeah, sorry. So the segment, go on.
Sorry, hold on 1 second. Sorry, I was changing microphones. So basically the segment is, and there's always a couple of segments online in the media that you read and you just go, oh fuck, that's just mad, unfortunate. So in this particular instance, there's 2 or 3 stories that I've come across this week that I pulled together earlier today, and we're going to rate them on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being only a little bit unfortunate, and oh fuck, hold on.
Yeah.
And 10 being mad unfortunate. So, yeah, let's go slightly unfortunate to mad unfortunate, right?
Okay.
Okay. You can be the judge because you are the master of the mad unfortunate. So, first story: nationwide.
Some would say
Nationwide power outage in Sri Lanka blamed on a monkey. And the reason why this is because a monkey fell into a power plant transformer and essentially shut down all power for the entire country and died.
Well, there's multiple aspects to the unfortunateness
Yeah.
of this. I'd give it. We could totally steal from the Costco boys on this. I'd give it for the people of Sri Lanka. I'd give it 6 big mad unfortunes. And for the monkey, I'd give it probably 9 total mad unfortunes, because it's not that like the monkey didn't know any better.
No.
So he's now since passed. R.I.P. to that monkey.
Yes.
But yeah, so I'd give it 6 mad unfortunes out of 10 for the people and 9 for the monkey.
Okay.
Because that's rough. That's a rough way to go.
That is a rough way to go. Okay, second story. Man who lost $600 million in Bitcoin wants to buy landfill to search for it. So he's willing to fork out X amount of money to buy an entire landfill so that he can search for a hard drive that's probably a bit fucked, in the hopes that he might be able to recover $600 million in Bitcoin.
That's an 8 out of 10 on the mad unfortunate scale. I've got to be honest.
Absolutely. Oh my god, you'd have
it's-
nightmares about it for the rest of your life if you lost that much
Yeah.
money all in one go.
So, like, for him to go to the lengths of buying a landfill,
Yeah.
that because he's probably only thinking in the short term that he buys it, then he gets the hard drive, and then what does he do with the landfill?
Well,
You know.
he'd have to sell it, right? Like that. There's no way you'd
Yeah.
keep a landfill.
And he'd have to probably sell it at a loss,
Yeah,
I would say.
I'd imagine so.
But if he finds the hard drive, if he's even able to buy the landfill, But yeah, 8 out of 10 on the mad unfortunate scale. That is incredibly unfortunate for one of the crypto bros
Well,
to go through such.
I mean, he didn't even get
pain
to
and
be
misery.
a crypto bro, to be fair.
He's a prospective crypto bro.
Yeah, a potential crypto bro. Kayaker survives being swallowed by humpback whale in Chile. 24-year-old is understandably shaken by his near-death experience, which is caught on camera. And it's pretty graphic, man. Like a humpback whale just appears out of nowhere and swallows this kayaker, not unlike the movie Pinocchio from 1939. And basically was spat
I
back
was
up.
thinking Finding Nemo.
Oh, true, yeah.
Was he looking for his son?
Maybe. Who knows? The Strait of
Sure.
Magellan is a major tourist attraction in Patagonia. So this is off the coast of Chile. That's where Pedro Pascal is from. Where are we?
I'd
He didn't die.
I don't know. I'd probably have to give that. I'd probably have to give it a 6. I'd have to give it a 6. It is mad unfortunate.
But he did live.
But he did live.
Yes.
But like, the thing is, like, to go a bit higher on the Mad Unfortunate scale, it would need to be his fault. So like, the guy losing the Bitcoin, that's him being irresponsible and losing it.
Yes.
The monkey, that was the monkey's fault for the power, and it wasn't the people's fault for the loss of power. They probably could have been a bit better in terms of, I guess, like protecting how the power operates. But the kayaker, I would have to give, it would be 6 out of 10 on the Mad Unfortunate, because like, he was just kayaking along and just ended up getting swallowed by a humpback whale. So yeah, 6 out of 10 for me on that one.
Okay.
I think.
Yep. No, that's completely understandable as well. So that is all I had in terms of the Mad Unfortunate segment of this podcast. I am in two minds here because we're at 47 minutes, 48 minutes.
Yeah, roughly 48. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm sort of unsure of what to talk about news wise, because in terms of news, not a huge amount of positive shit. As usual, as at the moment, unfortunately. It just seems to be a lot of dog shit perpetrated by either the dumbass fuckwits that are running this country or the dumbass fuckwits that are running America. So, you know.
Yeah, so...
Biff Tannen and his cronies. Or Lex Luxon.
I actually did see...
his rogues gallery.
I did see... So I got Christopher Luxon's Instagram page up on my feed. And he was playing indoor cricket.
Oh, dear.
And the comments were as beautiful as you can imagine, with people saying, you're better at swinging the bat than you're at running this country.
Wow.
Or, shit like... it was a lot of that, essentially. It was like, oh, just stick to that, no point in running this country. But then, but he wouldn't. Oddly enough, he kept those comments up.
Yeah.
But he would like the comments that praised him, obviously, as we all do. But it would be like, so one guy said, nice swing there, PM. It's like, shut the fuck up, dude. Get his cock out of your mouth, all right? He's not gonna kiss you on the lips afterwards, all right? He's not that kind of guy.
Gargle. Yeah, exactly.
Old Chris Luxon reminds me of, it's another Family Guy reference because they're just so good at this point. When there's the mayoral debate between Lois and Mayor Adam West, and someone asks him a question, and he just says, "That's a great question. We need more questions like that because we'd have less answers. Thank you. What's the next question?" And that's exactly how Christopher Luxon operates.
Yeah.
Like, there's no essence or substance to whatever he says because he doesn't have anything.
No.
He's literally, like, I often compare Bill English, who was the national prime minister of yore.
For like 3
I often
weeks.
compare him to white bread.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I compare him to white bread. He's also really short, he was kind of adorable, actually. I saw him at field days. But I compare him to white bread, and I'm going to have to rehash that because Chris Luxon is like the whitest of white bread. He's your white labeled countdown brand of white bread. Just the same slice over and over again, nothing new to it.
Just budget.
Yeah, just like you can imagine probably having a cold beer with him. Like, I reckon, like, if he wasn't running the country, he'd be a chill dude. Maybe even like a round of darts, but honestly, I just don't think he's built to run the country.
No,
Because he doesn't. Yeah. But some very so that's what I had on Chris Luxon. But there has been some pretty rough shit going on over the past couple days. We had in Wellington, time to bring the tone down as we usually do. Pardon me. We had I think it was yesterday or the day before, we had a hit and run.
Oh,
with a drunk driver.
Oh, really?
So there was an old man was hit by a drunk driver. I believe the old man's in critical condition. I'm not entirely sure if he's okay. I mean, obviously not, but I'm not sure if he's alive. But so yeah, the hit and run driver, I believe, has been apprehended. No identity on him yet. Today on the way home, I was on the bus, and the bus driver took a different turn than he usually goes, and I was like, oh shit, must be some roadworks. No, there was a pedestrian got hit by a bus on Manor Street, literally just down from where we are. I believe he's also in critical condition. They had to close off and cordon off the street because they had all the policemen and policewomen and police people there. Police days?
Police thems.
They had the police people there. Police them. So they had them.
Police those.
So that was all cordoned off. So yeah, someone has been hit by a bus, which is it's not very good.
Some would say it's mad unfortunate.
See, I can't do that. I can't do
Oh,
that. See,
that's
like,
rough.
it's not their. I mean, they might not have been looking before they got hit by the bus, but it's like, I'm not going to say that's mad unfortunate because that is like incredibly unfortunate. I hope they're okay.
Shorthand for incredibly unfortunate.
But yeah,
is
so
what again?
No, see, no, it's a different tone. We're talking about like something terrible that's happened to these people.
See, this is.
But yeah, they happened.
This is the duality, though.
A couple of days of each other.
Yeah, but this is the duality, though, right?
Yeah.
Like, obviously, we don't know the parameters. This person could have been looking at their phone and completely oblivious to what was around them, or because the bus drivers are generally like that. They have e-roads in their bus. And if there's any speeding at all, they get reprimanded at work. I know this because part of my job is to deal directly with Metlink. So there is a pretty high chance that this person was not paying attention and got smoked by a bus.
No, absolutely not.
And
yeah.
I am in two minds here. In one of my minds, I am thinking mad unfortunate. And the reason why I'm thinking mad unfortunate is because the bro clearly wasn't fucking paying attention and he got fucking smoked. And there's an international scale where you fuck around and find out. And this man has fucked around and by extension found out. Obviously, the other side to me is empathetic towards him. If I was in that position, I'd be pretty upset. And I would be probably pretty disappointed in myself, to be honest. And after coming out of this, if I'm able to, would take the opportunity to probably be a little bit more aware when I'm walking around. Because getting hit by a bus doesn't really sound like a lot of fun.
No, absolutely not. So yeah, that's what's happened over the last couple of days here in Wellington.
Yeah.
We had O Week last week. On a bit of a lighter note, I guess. We had the toga parties popping off at the uni hall, which is loud. I didn't actually know that the universities put those on.
Neither.
So it's not like
Animal House.
Yeah, it's not like a dude named fucking Hamish. Like, all right, guys, room 31 toga party, $5 a year, dude. Free if you're a chick, but you have to show some titties. Drugs on the counter, drinks in the fridge. Let's just go fucking wild. But no, apparently it's a whole university.
It's always a dude named Hamish, isn't it?
You have to buy tickets for.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they're usually good at organising things.
Yeah. Why are Hamishes always ginger? It's every time.
Yeah, like either ginger or light blonde.
Yeah.
I would say.
Like a sandy blonde.
Yeah. But yeah, so the university puts it on. They charge for the tickets. You go to the said uni hall. My partner has been to a toga party.
Have you thought about just turning up?
To one. No, because I'm nearly 28 and they're like 18.
There are people at university that are in their late 20s.
Yeah, but I'm just not like they. But they would not show up to a toga party, would they?
They might.
I was just thinking, like, when they were born, I was 10 racing slot cars for my birthday. So, nah, I'm good. I think I'll just stick to being old, having grey hairs sprinkled throughout my beard. Because they're in a new spot now. There's the hereditary spot where they're right at the front of the face, and now they're like at, like just below my right ear.
Oh yeah, I've seen those ones.
So, yeah.
Mad unfortunate.
It's just really annoying because I want it to be. If it goes full white, I'll still have a full white beard.
Oh, yeah.
That would go hard.
Yeah. Santa vibes.
But it's just that awkward stage. Yeah, it's just that awkward stage where I'm going to look like a reverse Dalmatian.
Yeah.
Until then.
You get vitiligo.
Yeah, so. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, fuck, nothing else is really going on.
Well,
not that I can think of anyway.
in terms of football news, because obviously we're only weeks away from witnessing our beloved Manchester United in person. Unfortunately, we're fucking washed, and it's so hard to watch us play football. Because fuck me, like it's just my god, it's just different gravy at the moment. It's so hard to watch.
I'm just gonna, it's like as much as Amarim has had a fucking rough start.
Oh man, it's been terrible.
He has had the roughest of starts. He's coming in with a style that Manchester United really hasn't seen before, that the club as a whole have never seen before. You know, like with Ferguson for many years, we were a fucking solid four at the back team with two strikers. Then he would slowly morph that in, like in the later years, to like the wingers with a single striker up top, and then they would swap around. Ten Hag tried to be the best counter-attacking team, but then he got to a point where he realised that the team was not putting in the effort, so he went back to a standard four at the back formation. So I've still got faith in him, absolutely. It's kind of rough when we have so many players on such high wages.
Oh, yeah.
Like Casemiro needs to leave.
Casemiro
as far
needs
as I'm
to
concerned.
fuck off, bro.
350,000 a week for losing the ball and like multiple times in every single game is not a midfielder that I want in my club.
No, scoring one goal every fucking 8 games and celebrating like you've won the World Cup.
Yeah,
just it's fucking pathetic. It's time to go, Chief.
Bruno Fernandes, I still love him.
Yeah, me too.
I really do.
Yeah, like,
he's
and there's
as much as he can have his abject performances and moments, like in pretty much 95% of the games, he fucking puts his heart on his sleeve and he runs for that team.
Oh yeah, no, and
puts in the hard work.
There's a lot of the boys at football who support like Arsenal or Chelsea or Tottenham or whatever. They fucking hate him. They absolutely hate him. Oh, he's always bitching to the ref or whatever. It's like, bro, honestly, outside of him complaining to the ref, which as the captain is his fucking job, there's also the advent that he's not only just doing his job, he's winning free kicks and completing dribbles, and he's got one of the highest pass rates in the entire league, and he's just, his fucking goal contributions is getting pretty fucking incredible, all things considered.
Fucking double that of apparently fucking next level world class Martin Odegaard, who has fucking a quarter of the work rate.
Yeah.
And they lost at home to West Ham.
Oh yeah,
we didn't.
That felt great.
I mean, it kind of did, but it means Liverpool are now on, like, for sure to win the Premier League.
Yeah. That's not fun.
So, I mean, they've been the best run team outside of Man City for the last fucking, probably 7-8 years. Ever since Jurgen Klopp came in, he should have come to Man United. Fucking hell. Oh my God. He wanted to.
Yep.
Before he went to Liverpool, he wanted to come to Man United, but the timing wasn't right. Now they're one of the best teams. Mo Salah is stupid.
Yeah.
Like he's up to, oh my God, he's up to like 41, 42 goal involvements in the Premier League.
Yeah, he will be remembered.
What a cock.
He will be remembered as one of the GOATs of the Premier League. Easy.
Oh, like it's, because on the right wing, people are putting him as like the best right winger in Premier League history.
That's,
And it's rough, like being a United fan, but you kind of have to.
I mean, yeah, like
He's been
Ronaldo,
the most
but-
consistent performer.
yeah.
I'd put Ronaldo on the left because Ronaldo has to be in there. But yeah, he's been one of the most consistent performers in the Premier League.
Hold on. Let's do that. For the last 5 or 10 minutes that we've got here, let us put together the all-time Premier League 11.
Okay.
Yeah. Without bias. No bias. Based on purely...
Okay, so for me, the 2007-2008 Man United squad is the best Premier League team of all time.
Okay. But I'm talking about individual positions. So 07-08's fine, and we won the Champions
Okay.
League and blah, 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 blah. But...
John Terry slipped. Fucking class.
fucking
What cock.
class. And Ronaldo cried because he missed his penalty, but still we won. So
He
Emotions
scored that
behind
one, like, that fucking solid header.
oh yeah. Any Hoosier
But yes, let's do this.
goalkeeper.
You go first.
It's Peter Schmeichel.
Yeah, I'd put Schmeichel or Van der Sar.
Yeah, and then coming from a place of zero bias, someone like Edison probably has to be in that conversation because of the amount of stuff they've won.
I mean, no.
You don't think so?
Nah. I think that... I honestly think that, Edison's a great goalkeeper.
Yeah.
But he's always had, like, the cream of the crop in terms of defenders in front of him.
That's a good point. Yeah, when you've got that oil money,
So...
and you've got the you fucking pick
Yeah.
of the litter when it comes to players. It's different when you're playing in goal and all you've got in front of you is 17 to 19-year-old kids, and you guys are still you still win the fucking treble. That's a different breed of goalkeeper.
I would probably put Edison above Alisson. Actually, no, I'm not sure about that.
Yeah,
Alisson's
that's
a
big
solid
call.
goalkeeper. I honestly, maybe on the same level.
Okay,
Maybe on the same level.
all right.
I'd definitely put obviously Petr Cech above both of them.
Yeah, absolutely.
100%.
Yeah, Petr Cech was fantastic. Right. So centre back partnership. We're just going to run a 4-4-2, I think, today. Just a stock
Right.
bog standard 4-4-2. So centre back partnership.
Okay.
It's really hard not to revert to just Rio Ferdinand and Nemanja Vidic.
I put
honest.
Vidic in there for sure, just because of value for money and the fact that he bled for Man United on multiple occasions. So Vidic in there for sure.
Yeah, he's a stone cold killer.
And yeah, I put Vidic and shit.
John Terry.
I'm not going to put Van Dijk in there. I genuinely don't think Van Dijk is... He's definitely top 5, top 10 of all time, but he's not the best.
No, he's had
You
one
know,
or two good seasons.
he's
and
won
everyone's
one Premier
on that
League.
deck, bro. Yeah, no, it's yeah,
He's won one Premier League and he was £75 million
yeah,
in a January transfer window.
yeah.
So yeah, Vidic and John Terry.
Yeah, John
I'd say,
Terry's
even though
very
John
good,
Terry is an
yeah.
absolute cock of a person,
Yeah.
John Terry was a great player.
But that's separating the art from the artist. John Terry was a fantastic footballer.
yeah,
So yeah, Nemanja Vidic and John Terry, pretty good centre back partnership there, I reckon.
yeah.
All right, right back and left back. What are we saying?
Left back will go. Shit, I don't know actually.
Alex Tellez. No. Look, Patrice.
He was solid.
He was.
just-
He was.
He got a.
He got a shit. He got a shit. Right.
I'd probably put maybe Ashley Cole.
Yeah, actually, no. That's absolutely fine with me. Ashley Cole is
Ashley Cole left back.
Yeah.
And I'd probably shit. At right back, I gotta put Neville, I'll be honest.
Big Gazza.
I was gonna say Kyle Walker.
Nah.
But
Fuck Kyle Walker, bro. He's quick,
nah.
but again, it's you've got the cream of the crop where 9 times out of 10 your CDM and your centre backs are doing most of your job. You've had to chase one or two balls, one or two lines. It's not worth being the greatest of all time. Gary Neville is 4'0" and has gone shoulder to shoulder with some of the best players in the history of the game and still put them in their fucking place.
Yeah.
So,
all right. Yeah. Centre mids.
Big Gaz. 2 centre mids. Paul Scholes is always in there. Always.
Oh, definitely. 100%.
That and this
100%.
Yeah. The second centre mid, it's for me. It is a toss up between Frank Lampard and Steven Gerrard. In terms of Premier League all-time 11, and that's a hard ask too because Frank Lampard was a fucking hell of a footballer. Scholes and Vieira, 100%. Patrick Vieira.
Yeah.
Really?
I'd put. I mean, I honestly wouldn't rank Stevie G that high. He was a great player, great goal scorer, but he. Rafa Benitez was talking about it, and he wasn't always the most natural centre mid. Like he was good in like box to box situations, but he preferred to be like out wide. So I definitely prefer Patrick Vieira over Stevie G. Frank Lampard's a close second, just because he was Mr. Chelsea.
Yeah, there was that one joke I made that time, and our stepbrother, who will never listen to this podcast, got really upset because I called Frank Lampard a Man City legend.
I mean, he did score against Chelsea.
He did,
so
yeah.
there's that.
That makes him a Man City legend.
Right. So for me, Scholes and Vieira, and for you, Scholes and Lampard.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Yeah, Patrick Vieira was good. He didn't win fuck all, but he was good.
I think he was just like, he was also good because he always managed to get under Roy Keane's skin.
Yeah.
And I really like that about him because
not a lot of people manage to do that.
I love Roy Keane to pieces.
Oh yeah, it's one of my favorite.
I love Roy Keane to pieces. But just the fact that he was able to piss Roy Keane off that much, top notch. I'd actually put Roy Keane above Steven Gerrard.
Shit, that's a big
for
call.
Multiple reasons. One of them, well, yeah, he won so much more than Steven Gerrard did. Oh, yes, Steven Gerrard came second so many times, but that doesn't win you the trophy. He's scored a stupid amount of goals, but Roy Keane had the revenge story for the ages where he, I think he injured his ACL, was out for 2 years, but when he got injured, Erling Haaland's dad, Alf Ingle Haaland, stood over him and talked shit.
Yeah.
So then the next time they met, he fucking snapped his leg in two, stood over him, talked shit. My guy. Absolutely deserved.
Yeah.
As much as his son's a good footballer, I like what Roy Keane says, and he says he'd look more comfortable in League Two because he just all he does is run and shoot. So, but yeah. So anyway, so centre mids are done. Next positions: left mid, right mid.
Yeah. So we kind of briefly had this discussion already. Right mid, I'm probably going to say Mo Salah. I can't think of another footballer who is on that level in terms of Premier League involvement. You can say what you like about Ronaldo, and he's one of the greatest of all time. He's top two. It's him and Messi, the greatest of all time. But he didn't really shine properly until he hit Real Madrid. He definitely had his chance to shine.
Yeah, well, I think he just needed that he needed that next step.
Yeah. So that was the major difference, I think.
Salah on the right, On the left, Thierry Henry.
Oh yeah.
I think it was left mid. Yeah. Just. He did play on the left.
Yeah, no, I know that, but
Played on the left and the right. Yeah.
left mid. Yeah,
I would put.
Yeah, I can't think of any other players that are even close to Thierry Henry, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, that guy had a 20-goal, 20-assist season, which is stupid.
That
I
is
mean, Mo
just
Salah might
dumb.
eclipse that this season.
Yeah.
And he's definitely one of the better broadcasters.
Yeah, I like the cheeky
on,
style
on television.
I think he's great. Okay, now the big question,
two strikers.
and I feel like this is where we're going to disagree a lot.
Okay.
My two strikers,
right.
greatest Premier League strikers of all time, and
Yep.
so much foundation behind this: Alan Shearer and Wayne Rooney, the two
I
greatest
mean, I can definitely agree.
Premier League strikers of all time. Like, I can't think of anyone else in terms of work rate, in terms of like dedication to their clubs. Because obviously Alan Shearer, the only Premier League player in history to score 100 Premier League goals for two different clubs.
Yeah, I mean, Wayne Rooney is, and I love Wayne Rooney. He's my favorite Man United player of all time.
Yeah.
He wasn't always committed to Man United. He did put in a transfer request to go to Chelsea, and he also kissed the Man United badge when he played at Goodison Park against Everton. So, and he shagged an older woman, apparently close to a pensioner.
None of this has anything to do with his footballing ability.
No, absolutely not.
No.
But yeah, I would definitely put Wayne Rooney up there. And yeah, probably have to put Alan Shearer as well. Alan Shearer, I mean, there's so many. Andy Cole, Dwight York.
Yeah.
I'd put Harry Kane in there as well, just because he was an unreal goal scorer. A lot of actually a decent amount of penalties, but he was always just there.
Yep.
If he stayed in the Premier League, but if he moved to another club that was able to win trophies, he would have passed Alan Shearer's record for sure.
Teddy Sheringham's up there. As
yeah,
much as it might not be a go-to for a lot of people, I think.
Oh yeah,
Teddy Sheringham's definitely in the question.
yeah, I'd put Teddy Sheringham up there.
Yeah, maybe not all the way up there. Maybe top 30, but he's still definitely in the question.
I'd put Chris Wood up there just based on this season.
Just this one season alone, it took him 30 years to become a decent footballer. It's funny.
I mean, he got there in the end.
He did, yeah. It's and all power to him. He's signed up for 3 more seasons. We'll see him in the A-League one day, I reckon. I reckon he'll move back down here.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he will more than likely end up playing for Auckland. Probably not Wellington. Just because he's a Waikato boy. Played for Wanderers, just like we did. Played at the same club as Chris Wood. No big deal. He was 2 grades above me. Just taught him everything he knows, really. Oh shit, the call ended. That's fantastic. Here I am fucking talking to my absolute self. That's great. Oh, fuck. All right. Oosh.